UCLA is in a bad way. Check the tickets. And all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. So it's OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today, I want to talk about the UCLA Bruins and the disaster that they are in. They're in a firestorm, and man, they're not being subtle about it. So before I get into my thoughts on just how terrible things are going for UCLA, which is way worse than I thought before, I want to tell you about this email that they sent to ticket holders, season ticket holders, people that bought tickets to San Diego State in general. And I need to read this at length so you get a full understanding of what we're talking about here. Okay, so this email was tweeted by @EquityBruin. So hat tip to that person. I don't want to assign a gender because I don't know. Just Ph.D. student. I know one want to see one. Dear Bruin family, thank you for supporting the more than 100 student athletes who compete for the UCLA football team by attending Saturday's home opener at the Rose Bowl. While the results was not what we hoped it would be, we want to acknowledge you for making it to the game and supporting the Bruins on such a hot day. To show our appreciation for your loyalty and commitment to UCLA football, we would like to offer you 4 additional complimentary tickets to this Saturday's home game against the number 5 ranked Oklahoma Sooners. These tickets will be accessible via your UCLA athletic account no later than 3 p.m. on Friday. While the tickets, valued at $280, will not be located immediately next to your current seats, you will have the ability to forward them to any family member, friend, or colleague of your choice. This is a small token of appreciation from our department for your continued support as we continue to work every day to build a successful program. If you have questions or if there's anything we can do to assist you, please do not hesitate to contact us at, they gave the number, yada, yada, yada. This is a bad look for UCLA because you're telling fans who showed up to San Diego State to watch you lose for the first time in 22 meetings dating back to 1922, that you want them to invite their friends and family, their colleagues, to come on down to the Rose Bowl. Bring the kiddos, why don't ya? And watch UCLA get skull-dragged by the number 5 team in the country. Look, I kind of talked this over with Laurel, and she's got a background in public relations and marketing. She's like, hey, this is the move because you'd rather have butts in the stands. This is a 7 o'clock kick. You know that it was a historically low attended game for UCLA. Matter of fact, the fewest attendance in 25 years, just south of 37,000. Actually bad. UCLA football is on its way down, even as it's in the toilet, because they're talented, according to the composite, right? The team talent composite has them ranked number 22. But they are sitting 67th in 2020 recruiting. This after last year finished about 40th. There were 47 4-star, 5-star recruits in California. 47 blue chip recruits. UCLA offered 40 of them. They got 1. Chip Kelly does not care about recruiting. And Chip Kelly is making $23 million to not care about recruiting, or particularly UCLA football. Because this is the case, I can't imagine what Dan Guerrero must be thinking, because Lynn Swann just resigned as the athletic director at USC, and his team is 2-0. Dan Guerrero's team is 0-2 against Cincy and SDSU, and now you're inviting Oklahoma into your lair to watch you get beat down, and you're giving 4 free tickets away per dude that bought tickets to the last game. Such a terrible look. Also, you're playing with a man's dignity because ostensibly the person that showed up for San Diego State also owns season tickets. And if they own season tickets, they are investing in the season and they're investing in you. And now you are offering them the opportunity to look bad because we all know that tickets have a certain cachet among fans. You get to say, I was there. I saw this up close. Section 9, row 8. Whatever it is that you tell yourself. But the fact of the matter is they don't want to look bad on TV because you want to see a full stadium for television. You want to be able to recruit it. It's a 7 o'clock kick. It's Oklahoma. You would think that this would be the biggest recruiting weekend for UCLA. Now, you're offering people the opportunity to have their dignity destroyed. Don't mess with a man's dignity. This is like your significant other walking up to you saying, hey, look, I'm having an affair, but instead of you getting mad about it, why don't you come over and you watch it happen? Why don't you come on the date and see who I'm going out with? It's just, you're playing with a man's dignity. You know what you're going to get. He's fully invested. He married you. Why you got to embarrass him in this way? And Chip Kelly, for, reasons that only he knows, took the UCLA job over the Florida job. But if he put the kind of product on the field at Florida that he did at UCLA, as Dragonfly Jones said on Twitter, somebody would whoop his behind outside of Waffle House because they're not going to stand for that in the SEC. Whereas UCLA, they don't really care. You know that one Bruin fan and not a whole lot else. You know way more USC fans, and they suck, and they don't really want to go against, but I think they're going to start going against because they're 2-0, and they realize that Cleveland Sovis is actually a pretty good quarterback. But UCLA football has a ways to go before it gets better. And if I'm Dan Guerrero, I'm resigning too. I'm going to find another job because Chip Kelly is going down, and I don't want to go down with him. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.